It's Valentine's today, and I ain't trying to brag or anything, but I got women chasing me everywhere. They looking at me like they could just eat me up. Saturday mornings on the farm. Got the whole gang here. Nani cooked a big old breakfast. I'm ruined, but we got work we're gonna try to do today anyway. We got a couple trees down we're gonna try to work up and get cleaned up a little bit and get some fence walked. We brought these chickens of ours out here and put them in this barn room before that ice storm hit, just to give them a little more shelter than what they had at the house. And I always heard that chickens wouldn't lay eggs if they didn't have any sunlight, and that's true. They haven't laid an egg once since they've been in here in 2 weeks.
So you want me to like video you?
Not yet.
Okay.
Start at 1, 2, 3.
So take me down the road that's a little bit windy, to a place they still put sugar in their iced tea, where the women are fine and the love is fair. Yeah, driver, you can drive me off anywhere.
Hey driver, pull on over. I'm in a fight with God. This Carolina shoulder seems the place I'm getting on. Daddy always told me, never make a home on the road.
Okay, let's clean that roll of hay up. Hey guys, that roll of hay, I was down here the other day, put some feed on, trying to get them to clean up a little bit. That's what's left of it. I don't know if anybody else does it, but we do that pretty often here. They usually do a pretty good job of cleaning it up afterwards. That here's the big old tree we're gonna work up. Big poplar. It's not great firewood, but we're gonna cut it and burn it anyways. Me and my dad both have furnaces in our house, so it'll burn for a little while. We'll mix it in with some better wood and use it. But there's quite a few board feet in this poplar log right here. It's a big outfit. It's actually only half of a poplar tree. It's broke off. It's a double tree. It's broke off. So another little top fell out here too. So we're gonna work it up while we're here. This is some of the terrain you'll see on this farm. It's a rough place, really, but. You don't need to be sitting down, you need to be working. There's old Brennan, he's the oldest brother. He's the boss around here. My favorite saying of his was, 4 people have 4 ways. But I'm saying that to tell you guys that I don't have the money with 4 kids in sports and everything else they're into to do like I'd like to on this farm. If I had the money, I'd have a dozer in here, I'd have this place dressed up, slicked up, clean. I'd spray it every year, I'd reseed it every fall, I'd have some fescue grass stockpiled over here. But I don't have that. And so right now the best pasture management I've got planned is I'm going to try to clean these areas up that are old pasture. This right here is an area where 2 trees have fell down in the windstorm. And it's been this way all year. So with that, we haven't been able to bush hog. We didn't know where those trees were. We didn't have cows in there eating, so it was thick. We were just kind of wandering around in some tall weeds and grass. We knew those trees were there, but we didn't know where. So we skipped this whole big area right here, just missing trees and limbs that fell out. So the best thing I got to do, I believe, is just use this what I've got. I've got a tractor, I've got chainsaws, and I've got 4 boys. So It don't take us long to clean the area up when you got a good group of guys working together at something. No saying we use up here in Appalachia is many hands make for light work, and that's a true saying too. And we try to put it to practice as often as we can. Big old piece of wood for a little boy. Didn't take long to make a difference in here. Didn't take long to get a load of firewood either. We're gonna run up and grab another old truck. See if we can get another load real quick. Taylor's got a ball game at 2:45 today, so we're gonna have to head out for a little bit and then come back to it. Let's see if this old truck can make it out of the hill here. Never underestimate the power of Ford F-150, baby. Never. Alright, I've took the tractor and I've picked this stuff up and just flipped it around a little bit, got it out of this tall grass. But back to what I was saying, if you don't get a chance to get in here and bush hog, weeds outgrow good grass. And if we get this cleaned up, we get down here early spring when grass just starts to grow and clip this stuff. Go ahead and run the bush hog over it, even though it doesn't look like it needs it. Go ahead and hit it with that bush hog and try to bush hog maybe 3 times this year instead of 2. Heck, who knows, if we leave one just hooked up all the time, we could come around here and hit this maybe 4 times this year if we have the time. So me and my dad both work full-time. We have full-time jobs and we work a lot of overtime, so we gotta try to start practicing some better time management and getting down here and doing a good job of just clipping some of this up. Over here, I don't know if you can tell, let's see if I can point at it. Right there, those 2 trees, right in front of those 2 trees together. That's an old pond. That's where the pond was for years. But that dam blew out on it and it became just a puddle. We had it worked on twice and never could get it back to right. We just didn't want to hold water. And so we ended up coming in here and tearing that out. And this right here, in this area right here, is super wet and super swampy. So if we are able to, I'm gonna have me a pond dug right in this area right here. This is the low spot of the field. It stays wet and swampy down here all the time anyways. And I believe it'd be a better spot for the pond than over there. But we got to get it bought. That pond right there, if we get it dug, it'll be bought with overtime work. So we'll see. We'll see how the year goes. I believe Dad's stuck on the hill there, but we didn't light the world on fire this morning. But you can tell we've been here too. Cleaned the place up a little bit, got it looking a little better. I'm gonna get up here and see if I can get that a push. My grandpa bought 2 trucks that I know of in my life. When I was a kid, he drove this one a lot. Work truck. It's a 76 F-150 Tesla. It's got a load of wood on it. We're still using it today. Right here was the second truck he bought. That's the truck I remember right there. That's Popeye's truck. That's a 92 F-150. We still use both of them today. I love that truck right there. Alright guys, we got to take a quick break. My youngest boy Taylor has a basketball game today at 2:45. So we worked up until as long as we could. We're going to run to town real quick. We're going to watch him play his basketball game, and we're going to come back and just see if we can get some more stuff done before dark tonight. Tyler! Alright guys, as y'all can tell, I'm winded, but I don't know if you can see it in the video now. Let's see here. Right here, right there's a couple fence posts, right there. That's a line fence. And that's what we have a lot of around this farm. That's what we have on both our farms, is just boundary fence. Look at right there. That's woven wire with a strand of bob wire. But that was probably put up by my great grandpa. But anyway, it served us well. We come down here and patch it up all the time. But it's getting in bad shape in some areas. And I was walking this and I was gonna call it good, but as I was coming back up, I decided, hey, there's about 3 more steel posts I need to put in through there and tighten things up a little bit. So it's getting dark on me. I hadn't been down this fence in probably a year and a half, and I was worried it was gonna be covered up with stuff like this. Big trees, blowed down, everything, but thank the good Lord it didn't. It was good. There's one small branch at the very bottom. This is a big deep holler here. I don't know if the video will show it or not. But that's a deep holler right there. And down at the very bottom, there is a small tree fell down, and I'm gonna cut it off and pick it up and put a steel post in there and tighten everything back up. And we get all that fixed. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be looking to turn cattle over onto this side for a little while. This is the side of the farm that we usually always winter the cows in. But while a man's walking through something like this, he might as well look for a deer antler. I'd say they're starting to drop them now. So that's gonna be it for the evening, folks. We're gonna call it a day and go home and eat some supper and kick back for the rest of the evening. I'm tired. We put in a pretty good day. Dad and the boys have all worked. And me, they probably all outworked me, just to be honest with you. Plenty of firewood around here to get gathered up. Alright, we'll see you folks later. Pretty day out here in eastern Kentucky, boys. I'm glad to see these warmer temps and a little bit of sunshine. We've had a good evening. Hey everyone, it's Sunday here on Puckett Farms. We're getting ready to head out the door. We're gonna go to church. Just something I wanted to add. That was my New Year's resolution this year. I'm gonna try to make it to church every Sunday, and no excuses, you know. If a person's sick or something like that, he can't help it. Nobody wants to be around that either, but there's going to be a week or two where we're out of town we're going to miss. But if we're here and we're able, we're going to make it to church on Sunday. So among the other goals we have for the year, that's one of them there that I'm concentrating on hard. That's probably the most important one, to be honest with you. But like farming, church is something I got away from too in my younger years. just didn't go. No excuses. Just didn't want to go. Didn't feel like going, and didn't do it. So, but me and the kids have got up. We've got going to church every Sunday, and I tell you what, I feel better. I'd encourage y'all to do the same. It's been good for us. But it's a rainy, nasty day here today, and forecast is showing for this to be here all the way up to dark tonight. But we're gonna try to get out this evening after church and see the cows and just lay eyes on them, make sure we ain't got any new babies. But anyway, if you guys have enjoyed this video, if you've watched it to the end, I just want to let you guys know that I'm glad you're here and I appreciate you watching. If you guys enjoy it, hit like and subscribe and follow along with us. We'll bring you along and show you how poor people live. Everyone have a nice evening. Have a good Sunday, and we'll see y'all again on the next video.